friends, it's day 175. All throughout this week, we're going to be celebrating, and that's why I'm wearing a party hat. Today's focus is going to be on celebrating your writing because I know you've worked so hard on becoming a super writer. So, in this episode, we're also going to look forward to bringing back an old favorite character, Miss Bindergarten. Remember at the beginning of the school year when we read Miss Bindergarten Gets Ready for Kindergarten? Well, today I'm going to be reading Miss Bindergarten Has a Wild Day in Kindergarten. Miss Bindergarten has so many different books, and I love following characters in several different books and seeing how their adventures change from book to book. This is Miss Bindergarten celebrates the 100th day of kindergarten. Miss Bindergarten takes a field trip. Miss Bindergarten celebrates the last day of kindergarten, which I'll be reading to you in a couple of days. And I also have Miss Bindergarten stays home from kindergarten. So, are you ready to have some fun and celebrate with me? Well, before we celebrate, let's get ready to end the year strong with phonemic awareness. Today for rhyme time, we have categories, which will be very interesting. So a category is all the things that go together in a group. So today's category for rhyme time are things on your head. So I want you to take a moment to think of all the different things that you have on your head. Ready? I'm going to say a word. You're going to think of the word that rhymes with this category, things on your head. Ready? Trair, hair, snows, nose, drouth, mouth, very good, skiers, plies, very good. I'm going to say 3 words, and then you're going to repeat the 2 words that begin with the same blends, okay? So it's going to be a little tricky. Again, I'm going to say 3 words, and then you're going to repeat only the 2 that have the same blends. Ready? Skip, ski, trap. Say skip and ski because those words both start with sk. Pledge, plane, flight. Pledge and plane both start with pull. Okay, try these ones on your own. Ready? Bring, braid, crumb. Dream, drink, greet. I hope you said dream and drink because those both say der. Snug, snow, floor. Flower, flute, glove. I'm going to say the sounds. You're going to blend the words. Ready? Eek. G, ad. P, up. St, or e. Ooh, that one had more sounds than we're used to. Let me say that one again. St, or e. P, p. S, w, I, p. B, ok. S, n, o, e. F, ad. G, ip. Okay, today we have a new category in our phonemic awareness lessons. I'm going to ask you where you hear the sound. If you hear the sound at the beginning, you're going to say beginning. If you hear it in the middle, you're going to say middle. If you hear it at the end, you're going to say end. So today I want you to listen for the sh. That's a digraph. Sh. So where do you hear the sh in shape? Shape. We hear it at the beginning, so say beginning. Where do you hear sh in push? At the end, push. Very good. Where do you hear sh in fashion? Sh in. We hear it at the middle. Where do you hear sh in shoes? Sh at the beginning. Flash. Where do you hear the sh in flash? At the end. Where do you hear sh in sunshine? Listen to the word sunshine. Sun, sh. We hear it in the middle. Page 1, all done. I say a word, then you say a word, then chop it, chop it. I say a word, then you say a word, then chop it, chop it. Staple, staple, staple. Space, space, space. Try these ones on your own. Ready? Friend. Sweet. Truth. Blade. Spine. Clack. Let's do the next two together. Ready? Skate. 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 Crop. Op. Crop. Adding sounds. Adds to team. Adds to Kate. Skate. Adds to take. Adds to leap. Sleep. Adds to know. Snow. Deleting sounds. Take the first sound out of these words. All of them will be the s sound. Ready? Slime without s. Lime. Space without space. Slate without s. Spoke without s. Store without s. Page 2, all through. Changing sounds. We're going to substitute some sounds at the end of the words, not the beginnings. Are you ready? Okay, change the ending sound in seat to n. Say seen. Change seen to k at the end. Seek. Change seek to the ending sound duh. Seed. Change seed to the ending sound oh. Change seal with a new ending sound t. Seat. We're going to be reviewing our digraphs. Ready? We know that digraphs all have H's in them and they make one sound even though there's two letters. Ready? S-H, ship, shh. W-H, whale, wah. Oop, this one's topsy-turvy. Excuse me for just a moment. There we go. P-H, phone. C-H, chair, ch. T-H, thumb. Okay, which digraph says ch? C-H, as in chair or as in chin or as our trusty friend Chester. Which digraph says f? It makes the F sound, but it's not an F. P-H, phone. F. Which digraph makes your tongue make a sandwich? T-H, thumb. Which digraph might be confused with my favorite letter? W-H, whale, wah. But Watkins Warriors does not have a W-H, so that's why it's a little tricky. It makes the wah sound, but it has a W-H. Last one. Which one is my favorite digraph of all? S-H, because it makes the shh sound. And sometimes Mrs. Watkins really needs a lot of peace and quiet. All right, friends, this week we have a brand new nursery rhyme. Can you believe it? It's the last week, but we have a new one to learn. It's called There Was an Old Woman Who Lived in a Shoe. I say it first and then you'll say it. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread, then kissed them all quickly and sent them to bed. Okay, I'm going to say the whole thing. Ready? There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread, then kissed them all quickly and sent them to bed. Today, I'm going to be reading Miss Bindergarten Has a Wild Day in Kindergarten. The author of this book series is Joseph Slate. We know that the author writes the book. The author writes the book. The author writes the book. Hi-ho the dairy-o, the author writes the book. The illustrator is Ashley Wolf. The illustrator draws the pictures. The illustrator draws the pictures and makes them really pretty and bright. The illustrator draws the pictures. Have you ever had a wild day in kindergarten? I have, and it is wild. Sometimes kindergarten can be super messy, and sometimes kindergarten can be really, really loud. And sometimes kindergarten can be oh so very fun, but sometimes it can get a little wild. Let's get ready to read. Miss Bindergarten Has a Wild Day in Kindergarten. Miss Bindergarten is one of my favorite characters. In fact, for favorite character day, I decided to dress up like Miss Bindergarten, which is really fun. Miss Bindergarten has a wild day in kindergarten. Looks like she might be already started off to a wild start. I can see in this illustration that her breakfast has burnt toast and her eggs aren't quite scrambled the way she wants them. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, Miss Bindergarten, her necklace fell apart. And here it looks like she's got a flat tire and she hasn't even made it to school yet. Adam throws his hat too high. Brenda bursts in late. Christopher says he has to go. He really cannot wait. Miss Bindergarten begins a wild day in kindergarten. Danny tends his droopy beans. Emily spies some ants. Franny lifts her dress and shouts, "I love my fancy pants." Uh-oh. Definitely shouldn't be doing that if you're wearing a dress. Miss Bindergarten has a wild day in kindergarten. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at these friends over here making a huge mess. Gwen falls off the step stool. Henry just won't share. Ian sadly tells Miss B, "We didn't mean to tear." Uh-oh. Looks like some friends are making some red choices here. Tearing books? Ooh. Miss Bindergarten and the librarian have a wild day in kindergarten. The librarian is a special helper who works at the library at school. And they help us check out books and look for books too, and sometimes they read stories to us. Jessie drops the bug jar. Kiki cuts her thumb. Lenny says, "Uh-oh, Miss B, we need the nurse to come." Oh, lots of accidents, friends. Now, you know, accidents can be prevented by making safe choices. Miss Bindergarten and the nurse have a wild day in kindergarten. Maddie checks a chrysalis. Noah drops his rock. Ophelia's oozy painting is sticking to her smock. Patricia trips and flips her tray. Quentin overloads. Raffy Mac soaks Sarah when his apple juice explodes. Oh goodness. I've had to deal with lots of explosive snacks. Have you? Yeah, the juice cups that come with like the fruit that are really hard to open, or sometimes the Lunchables. Yeah, those can kind of explode sometimes. Oy. Miss Bindergarten and the cafeteria helper have a wild day in kindergarten. Oh goodness. Tommy dumps in too much dirt. Ursula's seed pack rips. Vicky pours in way too much and the cardboard carton drips. Oh goodness. Now Miss Bindergarten and the custodian have a wild day in kindergarten. Wow, a lot of details are happening in this picture. Can you see all the wild things that are happening in the classroom? Now this person right here is the custodian. The custodian is someone who helps clean. And this particular custodian cleans the school. Our school custodian's name is Mr. Dave. I appreciate all the messes Mr. Dave has helped us clean up in kindergarten. Wanda whacks the principal. Xavier skins his knee. Yolanda says, "Come look, Miss B." Oopsies. Ugh. Zach set the butterflies free. Oh no. I bet Miss Bindergarten was waiting for a special moment to do that with the whole class. Miss Bindergarten and everyone enjoy an even wilder day in kindergarten. Wow. Despite the craziness, everyone's having fun. Sometimes even a wild day, says Miss B, turns up something wonderful to see. I'm going to reread this page because it's really special. Sometimes even a wild day, says Miss B, turns up something wonderful to see. I agree with Miss Bindergarten that sometimes even the wildest of days can bring up beautiful things. Well, friends, it's time for you to put your party hat on because today for our writing time, I would like for us to have a celebration. So if we were in class, we would definitely celebrate your writing and all that you've accomplished as a super writer. You've learned, first of all, your letter names and sounds. Then you learned how to make your letters by writing them. And then you had to start learning your snap words. After that, you learned how to write a sentence. And then you started putting all of those tools together to put finger spaces, use punctuation power, learn how to capitalize at the beginning of each sentence. And now here you are at the end of kindergarten, ready to soar into first grade. So today we're going to celebrate. What I'd like to invite you to do is to get together and get all of your writing pieces that you've created over the last weeks, and even some that you might have from the beginning of the school year. Let's recap our writing lessons. We kicked off our YouTube lessons during our shelter in place with opinion writing. Remember, an opinion tells about how you feel or what you think about someone or something. During that time, we created lots of different pieces. Pieces about our favorite food, our favorite toys, our favorite animals, even our favorite fruits and vegetables. I have 4 pieces here that I created during those weeks. And then after that, we moved into personal narrative. Remember, a personal narrative is a true story about you. We also created maps to go along with each of our writing pieces. We did this for 3 weeks. And I have 3 pieces for that as well. My last one was about the first day of school. The first one was the worst haircut. And I even wrote about a fantastic birthday. So what I'd like for you to do today is to display all of your beautiful writing pieces like a museum. And I want you to get together with your family members and even invite your siblings to participate in the celebration, because they've been doing a lot of writing too. Maybe not like us in kindergarten, but they have some beautiful writing pieces that they would probably want to share. I know Mayana's been doing most of her writing on the computer because they use Google Docs, which is something that 4th graders and 5th graders do. And Lee's been doing a lot of writing as well. So today's big celebration is all about sharing your writing. I want to invite you, as I said, to display them beautifully on the table and read each piece to your family. Another thing you can do is you can FaceTime with a family member that you haven't seen in a while to talk to them about all the great things you learned in your writing. Don't forget that you also have your journal and you have science observations that you wrote during our science exploration time. It's time to celebrate because you've worked really hard and you've accomplished a lot. Remember, during the summer, you should still write. Write about the things that you're doing every day, whether they be exciting or not. And sometimes things aren't very exciting, and that's okay, because not everything can be exciting, as we know. But you can definitely take the time to write a couple sentences so that you're super prepared for first grade. I want to wish you a wonderful day. Get your party hats ready and get ready to celebrate.